But let's go to Jalen Hurts. And, again, what a performance by the Eagles. We're giving them their props. They did it. They blew out the Chiefs 40-22. It was really 40-6. And once again, Mr. Kelvin Washington, I'm going to take you to task.
Okay.
Because you were one of the many people who kept doubting Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't throw. Oh, I'm looking at his numbers the last few weeks. What happens if they shut down Saquon Barkley? That's what you said. What? They can't win. Micah Parsons. You guys go ahead. Keep listening to those dumb podcasts. Go. Yeah, here's the way. All you got to do is make Jalen throw the football. That's how you beat the Eagles. Stop Saquon Barkley, who averaged 2 yards a carry. 57 yards on 25 carries?
Mm-hmm.
And they blew out the Chiefs. But that was the game plan because everybody was so busy disrespecting Jalen Hurts. Is he the best quarterback in the league? No. But this dude can play. Can we stop already with this? We saw it a couple years ago in the Super Bowl. He had a performance that was suitable for framing, like your college picture. I mean, it was fantastic. Other than the fumble, we might have beaten them then as well, the Chiefs. So now that he has the Super Bowl ring and the MVP or whatever, maybe we can calm down on this Jalen Hurts and whether or not this guy is good or not. Is he the best player? No. Best quarterback? No. But the idea of people kept second-guessing whether or not he could play, despite it's not like we didn't see flashes of it.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a whole season of it. Last year he struggled, but a new offensive coordinator.
What? Yeah.
This year, I think he finally got what they were trying to do, and he even said it. They were basically, because the run game was so strong, you don't need to throw it around the yard. But guess what? When they locked down and put an extra man in, a couple guys to stop Saquon Barkley, did that stop the Eagles? No, it did not. He made some great throws.
No,
yesterday.
he did. I think the only difference I would say, I have a few different points.
I'm done. I want you to talk.
You sure?
Yes.
Hold on. Breaking news. Rob Parker is done in 2 minutes flat. That means you must want to eat your little Lunchable over there. That's
not what it is.
That's what it is. You want to get to your Lunchable. That's all that is.
No. I hogged the mic in hour one, so I'm trying to be.
No, it's all good. Look, so couple things. Jalen Hurts, I think you overstated, or at least I'll speak for myself. I can't speak for anybody else. It was never a question of, is he good? That wasn't it. It was a question of a couple of things. You even admitted, we all kind of went, was that an anomaly? How great he was a couple of Super Bowl, Super Bowls. We were like, that guy, we were like, wow, if this is his future, man, it's about to be scary, we thought. And then there was a regression. Last year, he threw a bunch of interceptions. What was it, like 15 interceptions last year? He didn't look like himself coming off that Super Bowl.
Like Patrick Mahomes.
Right, who also we said hasn't looked like what he traditionally does. So the same way you question Patrick Mahomes, same way Patrick Mahomes is questioned, like, man, I got to get better throughout the season. That's a fair criticism to have of Jalen Hurts, was to say, man, something seems a little off, or he's not quite what where we thought he would be.
Can you say this?
Yeah.
People were making him like he was the weak link, and all you got to do is stop Saquon. That's the part that I'm trying to get to.
I'm about to get to that.
Okay.
So I'm about to get to that. Before I get to that, let me continue to walk you through the season. What made it weird? You hear about he and Nick Sirianni having issues in the offseason, coming to having some real issues because he wants to say, hey, let me loose. Let me get busy more. Let me do what I know I can do. Them saying, no, we want to run it more. Kellen Moore wants to run the ball more. Ultimately, great decision. But when you're seeing these things in real time, you have his own receivers coming out, Rob. This is why I'm saying it wasn't just, man, he can't play. It was like, man, what's going on with them? His own receivers. You see what it is. I ain't getting the ball. Devontae Smith not saying something. So I think there was more of a question of like, well, what seems to be the issue? He wants to pass more. They don't want to. The receivers are mad at him. So it was more of a why is there seem to be a disconnect? And then you get into this particular game, which you're talking about. They shut the heck down of Saquon, the Chiefs. Good job there. But because the defense of the Eagles demolished the Chiefs, we didn't get to see the scenario I was talking about. My question was,
he still threw the ball.
Right, but it was easy when I'm turning the ball over in the red zone. Now you got the ball at the 20. When we got
still made the throw.
He absolutely did. So my scenario
he didn't
was
win the MVP because he had 3 scores from the 2-yard line.
So Jalen Hurts is absolutely one of the better quarterbacks. That's without question. I think what we're questioning is he in the 4? Is he Joe Burrow? Is he Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen? And a scenario I was painting was, let's say it was 24-20. Eagles have the ball. They got to start throwing it. Can they make the plays? And that was the question I had. It wasn't, could he run the offense and be successful?
But
he's done nothing but that his career for the most part last year.
But he still had to make throws because they weren't running. Their big horse got stopped.
Right. And so what I'm saying is he threw the ball to the tune of 220 yards, and he had a good game. But that still doesn't make me walk away wondering if it comes down to that, is all I'm saying, in a game that, again, where the defense wasn't giving you the ball over and over.
I don't know what else he could have done yesterday.
I think he played the perfect game under all conditions, and I think he is one of the better quarterbacks without a doubt.
Because the Super Bowl where he balled out, they lost, right?
Yeah.
So they lost that game, but this game where he did
was the perfect, exactly what they were supposed to do. And I thought that turnover from him was scary for a moment there, because I'm like, if they meaning the Chiefs were to get that and go down and score, it could kind of change the trajectory of the game. Their offense was trash. They had one first down the entire first half, 23 yards. The defense of the Eagles was incredible. The question now becomes, has Jalen Hurts jumped into the top 3-4 guys? Has he taken out Josh?
I don't think he's taken out anybody, as far as talent, because it's not just if you win.
It's, are you as talented? So then to me, he did exactly, he did what we kind of thought.
No, but I think that there were a lot of people who were believing that he wasn't. I mean, I told you to Micah Parsons, it was disrespectful. All you got to do is stop Saquon. Well, all year, right, if that was the formula and it was that elementary, you don't think any other defensive coordinators would have been able to do it?
Yeah, I think
that sounds good, but it ain't that simple.
Here's the difference to me. And this is why there's a gap still between he and Lamar Jackson. But credit him, because he's the one with the ring. He can look at Lamar and say, "I got the ring."
Yeah, but the difference Lamar's a better quarterback.
I agree. This is why I'm explaining this for me.
Dan Marino doesn't have a Super Bowl ring, and no one's going to sit there and go, he don't belong in.
No, one of the greats. He was
one
up
of the
there.
top greatest quarterbacks ever.
The reason I say this, though, the difference is Derrick Henry had almost the same output as Saquon, right? 200 yards, give or take, 200, 300 yards short. Yet Lamar's numbers went through the roof in comparison to last year. So Saquon being an addition to Jalen Hurts, he had good stats, but he didn't have crazy ridiculous stats, and that's the difference to me of a Lamar, where you can add if he were to have Saquon, and that doesn't diminish for me, or I have to play a lesser role. I can still be even more incredible because I have that person, and that's just a differentiator. And Patrick Mahomes, as of now, is still kind of the leader of this camp, so obviously Jalen Hurts isn't on that level, and then Josh Allen will be similar to Lamar.
I think Patrick Mahomes, that's only on rep. It ain't on on how he's played the last couple of years.
I don't argue. I said the best player is Lamar. I've said that.
I can't look at Patrick Mahomes the same. And we'll talk about that. In hour number 3.
I can't be mad at you for saying that.
It's been too long. It's a long sample size. That's all I'm saying.
The advantage.
I'm not being a prisoner of the moment just because they lost yesterday. I've been saying this for 2 years.
That's what we'll have this conversation next hour. But I'm not going to be mad if anybody says it. Who's been the best player all year? I've been saying it. You've been saying it too. Lamar. So Lamar, to me, has proved to be the best player. He now needs that to translate into postseason. But
all he's got to do is win a championship.
Yeah, but on a night in, night out basis, to me, the best player in the NFL is Lamar Jackson.
He's got plenty of years. I said it to Sean. I said it to Sean King.
Mm-hmm. Who will be coming up a little bit next hour.
John Elway didn't win to his last 2 years.
Yeah, he went to, but he at least went to a bunch though, and I do think that.
But I'm just saying, but he still just won 2 Super Bowls.
I think it was 2 and 3. So
people were cool with that. But Denver's always had great defenses. There's a lot of stuff that goes in it. But all I'm saying to you is, once he won, nobody cared about the other stuff, and the same thing will happen with Lamar.
And Jalen Hurts, to me, again, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 win, played great in the one he lost. He has. Really shouldn't have doubters in that he's a competent leader. He is a good quarterback. He's dual threat. If for him, he wants to get to that next level, and it's up to him, where where he's mentioned in the top 3, top 4, then keep doing what he's doing. So I think he's proved the doubters wrong that he can lead a team to the championship. He's really like another NFC Brock Purdy.
But how many videos did I see today I owe Jalen Hurts an apology. Dan Orlovsky, all these NFL who played quarterback in the league. Why are you apologizing now? Seriously.
Yeah.
Like the idea. We saw this 2 years ago with a different offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah.
And then they changed and they decided to run.
I do think because of the down season, Rob. He had a down season last year.
But it wasn't like he never did it, is what I'm trying to say to you is I get that. But he did have a hell of a season, led a team to the Super Bowl, outplayed Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl.
And that's what
I don't understand is like
because
the whole
think of the
idea.
hype of that. I mean, the enjoyment, like, wow, this kid, man, we got another great stud in the league, and then you have a down season.
Well,
so to me, that happens. But that's what I'm about to say. So that's a compliment to him. That's what happens. Jaden Daniels mess around and have a season. We're gonna have right here.
Which easily could happen.
And we're gonna be saying, is Jaden Daniels one of them ones or no? Was that an anomaly? So that just happened. So it's a compliment to him that, you know, we're wanting to hold him up here. Down season. Can he bounce back some weird things this season with beefs and receivers and all that? He pushed through. He persevered. So credit him for getting the job done. And now he said, I want to come back better than this. He sat there in that confetti 2 years ago. He said, that's all that's been on my brain. He got the job done. So congrats to him. And that's what you got to do when they're going to criticize you from time to time. When you, like Patrick Mahomes, he deserves to be criticized right now for how he's played this year. It hasn't been the greatest, and then how he played in the Super Bowl. It'll be up to him to come back and quiet the noise next year.
The best part about being playing for the Lions, you have to worry about getting confetti in your hair.
Why the Lions catching straight? They in Cancun right now having Mai Tais.
Thank you very much.
Sitting at home catching strays. And I want you to say the joke, own the joke next time. Say it with your chest, Rob.
That's all right. I was too busy trying to figure out some other stuff.
I know.
877-99 on Fox. Thanks, Craig Melvin. 877-996-6369 has your opinion.
Patrick Surtain laughed at your joke, man. We'll never know.
Man, did he laugh. Alex, I had a killer. I had a killer.
So now the best part is I get to say you didn't because nobody else.
I
Man,
did.
anybody laugh at your joke, Rob?
Rob G.
Man, didn't nobody laugh. Rob G, nobody laughed at that joke.
No. How sick was Kelvin when Patrick Surtain, he just like doubled over? It was so funny.
All right, he didn't see. You adding extra sauce, way too much dip on that chip.
We were interviewing him on behalf of Applebee's, and we were talking about the boneless wings.
You about to mess your own joke up.
I said, Patrick, just one question I need to know: how did the chicken walk? And he just doubled over.
See, you could have left it where we didn't know the joke and we thought it was one of your top tier. Like you said, the Splendor one. That was a good one.
That was another one, Alex.
I said,
there was
oh,
a
man.
woman out there.
She said, oh, lady, he was your sugar daddy or something. I said, oh, y'all must have met Rob Parker. And they all turned to him, and he's looking at it. And then you said?
I said, I could be your Splendor daddy.
That was a good one.
No?
That was good. It was a little better in real time.
It
was better in real time, but